Last weekend marked the kickoff to the summer travel season right here in New York. City dwellers began their exodus to the Hamptons and the Jersey Shore, so we decided to check in on the luxury hotel industry. And according to ITG Investment Research, there does appear to be a, quote, worrisome pullback in domestic hotel reservations. You can take a look there. The red line is 2011. The others are the prior years, and you can see there's an obvious decline in that red line. But how are the luxury and international sectors faring? Well, for more, I am joined now by Bob Boulogne. He's Chief Operating Officer of Rosewood Hotels and Resorts, and Rosewood has nearly 20 luxury properties spanning 8 countries. And Bob joins us now from Dallas, Texas. Bob, it's a pleasure to have you. And for anyone who has not been in one of your hotels, I thought it might be good to start off with how you define one of your rooms. These are quite luxurious, and what would you describe as a typical price point?
Well, we have price points that, number one, let me say it's great to be here, Lisa, and thank you. We have price points that, you know, market specific, whether it's from Saudi Arabia all the way to New York. So let's take it to your backyard in New York at the Carlisle, where we're having another great year. You know, we have average rates in the mid to upper 700s in New York City.
I want to talk to you a little bit about where you're seeing growth and where you're seeing some opportunities. What's interesting about Rosewood, as I read about it, a private company, but you are actually building new properties, or you're expanding properties.
We are. I mean, look, we've talked about coming out of, a pretty challenging time with the recession, but adversity creates opportunity, and we use that time to really re-engineer some of our operating practices where it wouldn't relate to and it wouldn't affect guest services. I mean, we always kept our focus on guest experience, but yet we took the time to renovate Jumbie Bay. We closed it down, put $30 million into it. We renovated the mansion on Turtle Creek, and really used that as an opportunity to reinvest and reinvigorate our hotels for when the turn came. And now it's coming, and we're up a little over 10% in RevPAR index this year, and I think the story gets better as we look into the future.
Where are you relative to pre-recession levels?
We're getting closer to even now. We're getting closer to even. We were down, 08 was, very challenging. 09 started seeing some resilience in 10. And this year we're seeing it coming back. We're getting to some of our properties we're at even.
And I thought this was interesting, Bob, in looking at your most profitable hotels. The Carlisle here in New York ranks among them, but also Mexico and Middle East properties.
Right. So there's always a correlation between occupancy, rate, and then, of course, our biggest expense, which is labor, and, of course, obviously utilities. But really, we focus mostly on the labor side. But in markets like Saudi and Mexico, where you have incredibly favorable labor rates, where the rates are the guest room rates are not necessarily as high, you really have an opportunity to make a more profitable hotel. Now, New York City labor is high, but we're able to drive high average rates, and the occupancy is strong. So it works very well.
Now, you're the type of company that doesn't really offer a lot of discounts, offer a lot of promotions in the same way that we see from some other hotel operators. Have you had to do that through the recession to entice people to come in?
We have. There's absolutely an expectation in the ultra-luxury customer that they want to see a deal. And as much as we try and veil it, we of course never use the word discount, but we are offering great values. And in fact, for this summer, to drive revenue into our hotels, we're asking people to summer with Rosewood. We've got several different promotions that are happening, both that are mostly value added, stay 4 nights, get a 5th night included, or breakfast included in a discounted average rate or discounted hotel rate. So we're trying to give the customer choice in terms of what they're looking for, but I do believe that is what the customer is demanding, even in the luxury segment, and we're going to give it to them.
Bob, fast forward 5 years from now, where do you see Rosewood?
That's a great question. Domestically, in the Americas region, I see our operating hotels being extremely profitable, because we're going to have the supply-demand curve is going to catch up. There's not a lot being built in this region right now. A lot of things are not able to get financed. So what's going to happen is the demand continues to grow and supply is going to not grow. We're going to start seeing some very, very strong rates and occupancies going out towards 15 and 16. So we're very bullish about our operating hotels, and our owners are going to be very pleased with the results. where we're developing and where we're putting resources. In fact, we've just opened an office in the Middle East because as much as there is a little bit of uncertainty at the moment, we believe very strongly long-term in the Middle East. And we're doubling down our efforts in Asia as well, where we see a tremendous growth opportunity.
All right, Bob, thanks so much. We have to leave it there. Thank you for joining us on this Friday. Have a great weekend. That was Bob Boulogne, COO of Rosewood Hotels and Resorts.